Hello my friends, today we are going to make chicken and cabbage soup using ingredients that are already on hand. And this is what I do when I am off work, when I just want to spend time in the kitchen cooking something that even doesn't have to follow a recipe. It really just depends on what I can find in my refrigerator, in my food storage, in my freezer, and I just, let my soul guide me on what to do. So right here, I am chopping tomatoes. I got some peppers and cabbage, and I think I have red onions and lime. And I thought that it is a chilly day, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a soup. And I found these vegetables, and I thought I would make a chicken cabbage soup. I find it very soothing, when we just hang out in the kitchen and just cook. No spectacle, no magic, no, effects, just pure, simple cooking. You just let your senses guide you through and see what comes up. And friends, if you're watching this, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. And I do hope that you would consider subscribing. It helps the algorithm, and I am trying to grow this channel. And while you're at it, please make sure that you hit the notification bell. And then if you like this video towards the end, please give it a like. So I found this canned chicken breast that's been hanging in my pantry. I usually use that for, chicken salad, but today I'm going to use that as the soup. So we're going to go ahead and saute the onions and the vegetables just to give us that aromatics. And you guys, if you're the one who cooks in the kitchen, there is no better smell in the kitchen than during the time when you're sauteing onions or garlic. It's just permeates through the house. Sometimes my daughter would come down and say, something good is cooking. And I'm just really sauteing onions. So I'm just sauteing onions here, and I'm gonna be adding some of the vegetables. That's the spring onions there, the peppers, the red bell peppers, and I'm gonna add the tomato towards the end because tomato tends to really go mush. And we're just adding the whole can of chicken breast, and then that is going to be followed by the vegetables, which is actually the cabbage. So we're going to add in the cabbage there, and maybe a cup or two of water. And as I have said, I was not following any recipe for this dish. It's really just based on what I think will work, and it worked wonderfully. So there goes the cabbage, and we are going to make it, let it or allow it to boil. And I also added at this point the chopped tomatoes. So I'm just gonna let it boil, let the cabbage cook, allow the flavors of the spices, the vegetables, and the chicken to marry together and mend together. And then of course I added a teaspoon of salt. You can use any salt, rock salt, or your fancy Himalayan pink salt. And a little, because salt, if it needs more, then you could just add more. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit, a cup of water, a cup and a half of water. And you can also add chicken broth if you want, but the can of chicken is already very flavorful because I also added the juice that came with it. So I added water at this point. And then I'm gonna cover it, let it simmer, and give it a little bit more time to cook. That's a good thing about soup. They really become very delicious when you let them kind of stay together. And I added a dash of pepper flakes just to give a little sting, not too much, just a little, hotness to kind of wake up your senses a little bit. I'm actually cooking this at night when I came from work. So sometimes I have to chill down and, make myself settle a little bit. So now I am adding the rest of the peppers and some tomatoes in there just to give that brightness. And this is about ready at this time, so this is getting ready to be plated. When I am in this zone of cooking, when I really just cook because I want to cook, not because I have to cook, I tend to play it up a little bit. So I make sure that I served it in a really nice plate. Sometimes I put it on a tray, I add something special there, and this is what I did this time. And my family really enjoys it. So here's the cabbage. It still is retaining its vibrant green, and the vegetables are still colorful because that's the difference when you're doing the crock pot and in the stove top cooking. You retain the bright color. So this really turned out to be so delicious. You guys should try this. And I'm just, plating it in a soup bowl, or sometimes we use this bowl for salad. I garnish it with my fresh bay leaf or laurel leaf that I got from my garden, and then a couple of slices or wedges of lime. And that is how it is looking. And like I said, I tend to plate it up when I am in this zone of cooking. So I use a little bit nicer spoon, and I got my even the napkins there. And I also, in this video, I also toasted an artisan bread. This is the artisan white bread that you get from Walmart, which is very delicious. My family really loves it. And that's the beautiful, crusty, artisanal bread that I got from Walmart. I just, slather butter on the surface and put it on the toaster and let it toast. And that's how it's looking. And I also added a bottle of strawberry jam that has been hanging out in the pantry for a while. And I think today is the best time to use it. So I put this in the tray, and I usually, would go to the patio if it's during daytime, but this time I am bringing this down to the basement. We're gonna be eating this, guess what? In front of the TV, watching Netflix and enjoying the soup. Thank you so much, guys, for spending your time with me. If you would like to check the rest of my videos, I have other cooking videos here. I have some gardening videos, quite a lot of fun stuff here in my channel. Here are all the links that you can click if you would like to take a look. Don't forget to subscribe, please, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you again